Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn on with us on our Newsmakers line to talk a little bit about the FCC and things that she's been able to expose with this group called Free Press that has been acting in collusion with the FCC. You know, the kind of thing that they attack her and others for being captives of the industry. Well, it turns out that this supposed reform media group has been pretty much telling the FCC what to do, also refusing to comply with requests from Congress to reveal who funds this group. And Marsha, good to have you with us.
It's good to be with you, Steve. Thanks.
We will get to your friend Anthony Weiner in a moment. But first, this collusion business with this group. I mean, they're the ones that attack Republicans for being captives of industry all the time. And yet, not only are they basically calling the shots in the Obama administration, they're refusing, despite repeated requests and promises, to reveal where they get their money.
Well, you're exactly right. It is that liberal double standard, and it is working overtime when it comes to Free Press and the FCC. And what had transpired, they came before us at a hearing, and I asked Free Press in the course of questioning if they would inform us on who their top 10 donors were, if they would submit the list. And the Free Press representative at the hearing said, be happy to. And bear in mind, when we do hearings, people are sworn in. They are there to tell the truth. You don't have to submit further questioning for them. You ask on the record, and people can go to my YouTube page, Rep. Marsha Blackburn, and look at the clip. And they said they would divulge their donors. But they're not doing it. And so they come at us and say, well, you're just there for the industry, but then they won't tell us where they get their money and who they are answering to. And, of course, we know they're probably getting that money from a lot of the typical liberal groups. But, Steve, people want to know where they're getting their money, and especially now that collusion has been divulged.
Yeah, and this collusion includes them preparing op-ed pieces for some of the FCC commissioners. Now, even if they didn't use them, they said that they would let them help them place them in newspapers. I mean, they're clearly cooperating together.
Well, and there is nothing inherently wrong with them working with a commissioner or visiting with a commissioner at the FCC. Let me be clear about that. But what is wrong is that they will not tell us they're doing this, and then they are stalling and not submitting to me. I still do not know where Free Press is getting their contributions. Who are their main donors? And we want to see what the root of this money is.
When you look at what the FCC is trying to do at the behest of groups like Free Press, why should we be worried as consumers of information, consumers of news? What are they trying to do that's going to hurt us?
Let me give you a couple of examples. So number one is this net neutrality order that they have placed. This will allow the FCC to determine priority and value to all content that is going to travel over the Internet. This means that they, through this net neutrality order, are going to be able to determine the speed, the time, the value, the placement of your content. In my opinion, it is a free speech and free markets issue, and we do not want that power vested with the FCC. Item number two. Anyone who is innovating applications and new uses for the broadband, whether it is wireline or wireless, you are going to have to make application to the FCC. The FCC will then have the determination of which applications can move forward at what placement and the speed that they're going to be able to access as they move forward. This is something that we do not want. As I said, it's a free market, free speech issue. The FCC has overstepped its jurisdiction. It has taken authority it does not have, and we are very concerned about who is working with them on this and who is funding those who are working with them as they have implemented this government takeover of the Internet.
Presenting, and it's less clear to me whom you represent with Free Press, and I think it might be instructive to us as we read your testimony and as we try to figure out, the bias that you bring to the argument, if you could detail to us where Free Press gets its funding.
Certainly. Do you want me to do that now or in writing?
I would love to do it now, and if you want to submit for us the 10 largest supporters of Free Press, I think that'd be great. It'd be instructive.
Free Press takes zero corporate money. We are completely supported by our members and by foundation support.
Okay, and then will you submit your funding?
Absolutely. Be pleased to, yes.
All right, that would be great. I would appreciate that, and with that, I'm going to yield back the balance of my time.